By instinct, man likes to be close to nature or close to art. Art, colors, nature, everything. His mind, his body responds better when he's close to artistic forms rather than to sedentary forms. This is Architect Nikita Joshi, founder of m.a.t.i Architects. We are based in Ahmedabad. Before practicing with my own practice, I was a part of Jagrut and Partners team. And since last 6 years, I've been practicing successfully with various residential and commercial projects in the town. My connection with art had always been since I chose to pick up architecture as my mainstream profession. But to be honest, I started inclining towards art only when I realized that there was a void in my projects delivered. I could feel that no matter how much ever marble or glasses or any sort of paneling or veneers were used in the walls, there was something that was lacking. There was something which could not give me a sense of attachment or tell a story differently for different client and a different project. So then after me realizing it was very much important for me to realize this thing before I could make my clients say a yes for this thing. Now, definitely, I found my answers in art, and I could feel that once art comes in picture, it brings out a sort of interaction, and it automatically generated an emotion. The user could feel that his space is getting he is getting his own personal space once he's into it. Now, as having art into your spaces, it always has to have an intention which matches the user's experience. So it is always a before thought when you tend to bring art into your space. So this is how art comes into picture, and it definitely generates an emotion. Before having a thought of using art forms or sculptural pieces, we definitely have to make up the mind of a client since the beginning, because uh, when suddenly if you speak of some pop out arts, or if you speak of some colors which are to be inserted, it happens in many of the cases, it happens that the client is not open for that. So you need to definitely design a wall for that, and you have to have a pre-deceived notation before bringing such pieces into your project. So it is always a before thought, and so it becomes easier to incorporate art whenever we feel doing so. Uh, what happens is quite many times there are different kinds of clients that we get into with interaction. There are few clients who are less traveled, there are few clients who are more ready for the experimental things. So you have to also understand their mental state and what they would like to portray in their house. May that be a mental state or a thought or a belief that they would like to carry forward into their family, or it might be a downtown lane of a market depicting a series of people, and which brings out a sense of unspoken language. So before picking up pieces of art, it is very important to understand the mental state of the client, whether is he uh, more tilted towards towards depicting a message which he would like to pass on to his generation, or some piece of art which he would like to enjoy in his own mood. So for an example, an organization which displays art is less likely to be a part of conducting business in traditional ways. Generally, we tend to pick art pieces when we happen to travel for picking up furniture or any sort of bought out items for the house. So traveling to cities or countries plays a major role in it. Otherwise, it has always been a point that we come into touch with local artists and source pieces from them. As we all are known to this, exposed more towards digital platform these days, uh, having these exhibitions or having the collaborations which many of the people are doing already right now, or maybe even putting up things on Instagram or any social media platform, has definitely given a global reach to the client as well as to the artists. So yes, it's a boon for client and architects and the artists as well. These online galleries have made it very clear for the client to have a narration before picking up pieces which we try to explain him, or which the artist tries to portray. He can have ample amount of time to study the piece that he wants to put up to his space. During this pandemic times, it has definitely been a boon, as I said earlier, because the clients are now able to have a dialogue with local artists for a longer period of time, and they can, have a digital exposure for their work. They can better understand pieces like fresco work, or maybe the tanjore art or the line work, which we can never be we would not have been able to explain them at one place, at one platform. So it has definitely given a room for art in their abodes with this digital interventions. And Abir has played a very big role. Speaking about my city, or speaking about people around me, they had never been this sensitive to the selection of pieces. So the clients have been more sensitive around me, because we are thankful that in a city like Ahmedabad, we have platforms, we have Abir, we have many collaborations coming up. So it helps us as a designer, and it's also equally open to the layman people. I'm very grateful to Ruby ma'am to consider me being a part of this Abir Pothi, and kudos to the team.